What do I say? What do I say, Matt? I don't know. Hello and welcome to part 2. Thank you for joining us again. We're going to talk about more video games. I sounded like a newscaster. So the second one that I have is one I'm sure absolutely everyone on the planet has probably heard by now. It is Dragonborn Song on Skyrim. This guy has composed for Guild Wars, Guild Wars 2, Dungeon Siege 2, awesome underrated games, Harry Potter games. Oh, you should play them. Okay. Neverwinter Nights as well. He's done an absolute ton of music.
And he did the whole Skyrim soundtrack?
So he did the whole Skyrim soundtrack.
It's a mighty soundtrack.
And they keep bringing him back. And Bethesda's had worked with him so many times. But this particular song is not only iconic to me because I've played a lot of Skyrim and everyone knows it, but it's just super interesting. It's a bunch of chanting human voices, a bunch of men singing. And it's actually 30 people that were recorded 3 times and they were put over together, so it sounds like almost 100 voices are singing at the same time.
It's almost like Gregorian chanting.
It's incredible. It's so powerful. It makes me want to go work out.
You have the lyrics. You want to sing it
for
us?
So I actually printed out the very first verse for you to attempt.
Oh, you want me?
If you wanted to give it a shot at just saying
Oh,
the words.
Lord. Oh, my. Dovakin, Nal Okezin, Losfarin, Wadin. I'm not going to do it. I like it.
It's very nice.
Most of those are not words. And by most, I mean none of them are words.
They do also have the English translation, so if you want to sing it in English, which I didn't bring.
Oh, you could have given me the English translation.
No, I wanted it to be difficult. It's a great soundtrack. The whole thing's beautiful if you want to listen to it. There are times when I'll log in the game and just leave my character standing somewhere so I can listen to the birds and the people and the clanging and, stuff in the city. It's very nice.
I put a total of maybe 110 hours into that game.
Yeah.
And then I stopped because I was like, I can't do anymore. I can't do it anymore.
There's nothing to do. I've done it all.
But it's a beautiful game. If you guys
beautiful.
haven't played it and you are a gamer, I don't know why you haven't. I mean, it got Game of the Year from everything, didn't it?
They just released the remastered version.
But, I will say this. I loved Skyrim, but this is going to get real nerdy, but I am, at the core of me, a Morrowind fanboy, which was the game 2 prior. So it was Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. I thought the soundtrack for Morrowind was even better than Skyrim. That might be nostalgia-based. My dream is that they would remaster Morrowind. Because the world and the lore. I could talk for days on just the books on the bookshelves in Morrowind.
I know. Yeah, I would sit down and read all the books in Skyrim as well.
So good.
There are some great stories in there.
I know.
Yeah, and some really, really in-depth quests if you read letters that are on people's bodies in that game and stuff. I've passed over so many things and gone back later and been like, oh my god, his brother. It's amazing. It's really good.
So the next one I have is another unofficial release, but it's super awesome because you'll see why. There's a guy who makes all sorts of really cool bootlegs of vinyl for video games.
Okay. Oh, what?
So
I just saw it. Sorry. I'm ahead of you.
In another video recently, I showed off this, which is he does these awesome covers of mashups of famous albums and then video games. So this is obviously Dark Side of the Moon mixed with Zelda. And if you click this, you can check out that video where we talk about this one. But the same guy who did that record did a whole bunch of other really cool things. This is the Dr. Mario soundtrack done as Dr. Dre's The Chronic.
Oh my god.
Which is so brilliant, I think, on just so many levels.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that hand-painted? I think it's hand-painted and then scanned and then...
Yeah, I think so. He's a great artist, the guy.
It's all raised? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a great release, and it's hand-numbered, 31 out of 500 copies. It's sold out really fast, and it's on... this purple, I think, for like scissor, like what rappers drink. So
that is so cool.
So that's not the one I wanted to show you, though. The one I want to show you is a mashup between this IP and a little album called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by a little band called the Beatles.
A little one.
They're brand new. They're going to be huge. Just wait. But
oh my gosh, how? Oh wow. Oh my goodness.
I was hoping for that reaction.
I should show you. That is so cool.
Pokemon.
Oh my gosh. It's literally got all of them on the back. Look how much detail. I would go mental trying to draw this much detail.
Yeah, he's great, this guy. I mean, it's a shame he has to kind of operate in the shadows because he does such a great job. And he's become so limited and they're really hard to find in the aftermarket. I'm happy that I'm on his mailing list and he is willing to sell to me.
That is so
But
cool.
This is the Pokemon soundtrack from the original Game Boy game. And
What?
that is super
I almost
iconic.
picked one of those.
It's super iconic. I think it's some of the most nostalgic music in my life. I remember that was the first game I ever really got super heavy into when
Was
Blue
it red
came
or blue?
out. Blue.
Oh man,
Blue.
love that blue.
Blue. But he had a bunch of different variants for this, and the one I picked. Tell me why I picked this one when you see it.
It's Lavender Town, isn't it?
That's actually a really. I
it
didn't even
not?
think about that. No, it's actually supposed to be a Master Ball.
Oh yes! Oh, that's awesome.
And this-
See, I'm sorry, I was thinking I almost picked Lavender Town because it's
That's
so
the spookiest,
yeah.
creepiest track for like
Yeah.
a Game Boy for having that.
I
Kind
remember stopping in the middle of town as a kid, like I don't want to move. I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
And there's a lot of weird stuff in that town anyway in the game. It's just a very like
Very creepy.
strange. Like,
that is so fantastic.
so originally it was supposed to be split half like a Pokeball, and the pressing plant actually messed them all up. So he had
It's
a red and
gorgeous.
white, and then he had a purple and white, he had a blue and white for the Great Ball, and then he had just like a see-through red. But I had to get Master Ball because I think that was the coolest, and
That
it's
is
really
gorgeous.
really nice color. So
I like that a lot.
I just love his stuff. I hope he continues to make really cool mashups like this.
I can't afford a new hobby, man. You can't get me into this. This
sorry.
is so cool.
I'm sorry.
I want it.
I'm not that sorry.
Yeah.
Give in. And what else you got for me?
All right, next. I'm gonna go for one of the most beautiful games and soundtracks I've ever heard and played in my life. This is Journey. It comes with Flower and Flow, which are both very good for when you're intoxicated and want to watch the screen. I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to take that wherever you want to take it. But Journey is freaking gorgeous. There's no real way to explain it. I just highly recommend you please play it and play it alone. Get fully immersed. Turn the lights off. Sit in front of the screen. Just put a blanket over your head and go for it. It is so beautiful.
The way someone explained it to me was that it's the kind of thing where you want to block off a night and just beat it all in one sitting.
Yes.
You don't want to
You
stop.
want to get into it. You don't want to break. Like, you don't even want to pee.
No.
Like, just be set
I
and ready.
peed myself
Food.
when I played it.
So I was actually looking up all of my favorite video game soundtracks, and Fact Mag did a great article on these. They got their top 100, and I don't agree with all of them, but they have some great ones in there. So they did this write-up on Journey, and they said words fail at describing what it's like the first time you see Journey from start to finish. So if you haven't played it, leave this blurb and fire up your PS3. If you don't have one, steal your friends. Let's just say borrow. When you're done, come back here. It is amazing. So Austin Wintory says nailed this one. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's enchanting. You'll get completely lost in this game and you'll forget you're on Earth. It's absolutely worth it.
The visuals are beautiful, but really the music does bring you
It pulls you
in.
into the whole thing.
It evokes all the emotion.
Don't play it without sound.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's the whole point of this. So it says here the music starts orchestral and then dives into electronics and drones, then emerges reborn and symphonic on the other side. It's truly ethereal. I'm going to say it for 10,000.
Ethereal,
It's
yeah,
ethereal.
that's
The whole
a-
experience
yeah.
is amazing.
Fun fact, I don't have it, but the Journey soundtrack is on vinyl.
Ooh.
And it's on a picture disc, which the vinyl itself is a picture of the character in like the sand. It's a cool novelty, and I feel like
I'd have
if
it
I
on the
see
wall.
if I see it for a good price, I'm probably gonna grab it because this is one of the coolest game experiences I think I ever had, and it was so short. I've only played it once.
It changed my life. I've played it 3 times, and then I sat my father down to play it, and he played it all the way through, and he cried at the end just like me.
I think I cried at the end too.
Yeah.
Or I peed myself. It was one of the two.
There was liquid. I don't know. Yeah, that's mine. Do you have one more for me?
I do. It's not one I'm not gonna show it too much in depth. I just want to get your reaction kind of to
Okay.
it. I showed this in a previous video as well about a year and a half ago. It was something I picked up at Comic-Con last year. It was an exclusive for Comic-Con. And did you ever play the game Battletoads?
Yes. Oh my god. I had like a little. It wasn't even a Game Boy. It was like this little get it from McDonald's Game Boy thing. It was
like a Happy Meal toy?
Yeah. I had a Battletoads Happy Meal toy.
I would love
Not
that.
the
Do you
same
still
thing.
have it?
I'll find it for you.
Find it for me. But I want your reaction to this because this is the soundtrack. But now hold this for a second. Don't open it yet. I want you to slowly open this. Slowly open this. See, this is a gatefold right here. Like you can,
I've been playing Fallout, so I'm going to point this away from my face.
It's not going to explode.
This,
But I want
it's
you
going to explode, obviously.
No! It plays music!
Amazing!
Yeah, this is one of the coolest record sleeves I own because it just plays this music.
I know nothing of vinyl. There's this whole thing I know nothing about. It's amazing.
Yeah. So if you look, this is
Okay.
this is the same artwork as the gentleman who did the art for Run the Jewels. So it's really cool, and it has cool on the front. In the back. Yeah, this is a really cool piece. I'll show you the record real quick. I already showed this off before, but real quick I can just show you. It's a Battletoads swirl!
That's awesome! This is... I need more money.
So, there's so much good video game music. The things I wish that were pressed onto vinyl were... Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is unbelievable, the orchestral version. And they have a picture disc of Final Fantasy VII that's all the MIDI. And that's not that cool to me. The orchestral versions are so gorgeous.
I mean, that's the rich sound.
Yes.
Really,
So I'm hoping that they are smart.
Yes.
Maybe when... I'm so exasperated trying to talk about this soundtrack. But maybe when they do the remake at the end of next year, maybe they'll coincide a vinyl release with the orchestral. If they're smart. Square Enix, I'm looking at you. But that... And I would also like a 7-inch of the song Dire Dire Docks from Super Mario 64. Are you familiar with it?
I'm not.
All right. I'm going to let you listen to it. Hold on.
Okay.
So you just heard Dire Dire Docks. What'd you think?
So pretty.
It's the most meditative, relaxing. I would just want a 7-inch record of that, and maybe on like a translucent blue vinyl, and I just want to put it on loop and just like, well, it's the best song.
I mean, that was beautiful. It reminded us all of something different from our childhood, but yeah, that's gorgeous. Give it a
little
listen.
bit like A Whole New World from Aladdin.
It
a little
did.
bit. A little
if
bit.
you sing it over the top, it makes sense.
We want to know what your favorite video
Please
game
tell us.
songs
We
are.
need
So
more in our lives.
leave comments.
Yeah.
Let us know what your songs are, and we'll listen to them, and we'll give you our thoughts.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming on. This was awesome.
Thanks for having me. Can I come back again?
You absolutely can.
Give us a like, give us a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my lovely friend here for more cool record videos and ski checkers.
New videos every Wednesday.